and welcome back to my channel. So I'm excited for today's video. It is going to be like a haul, a try-on video, so grab a beverage because I think it's going to be a long one. So a couple weeks ago, I basically went online to Shein to buy like a whole face of makeup to try. Most of it came in this little bubble wrap, and then I have some like brushes, an eyeshadow palette, an extra eyeshadow, a lipstick somewhere, and I'm basically just going to let you know what I all got and what kind of quality it is and how it feels on my face. I don't know if I have high expectations because honestly I have not actually even like gone online and looked up what people thought about Shein makeup. The reviews in general were pretty good, so I guess from those reviews I would hope that some or most of these things would work out. But let's just try it. Okay, so I spent a total of about $64 because a lot of things that I bought were on sale. So I am going to, as I go through everything, let you know what the original price is and then how much I paid, because I think the makeup goes on sale quite frequently. And so if I were you and looking for any of these things, I would just wait till they go on sale. So the very first thing I got was a set of sponges. I did already wet this one. It does come with like a one regular face size sponge and then two little mini ones. And because I already wet this one, it's already big, but just from like feeling it first, it does feel a little bit stiffer than your typical like beauty sponge. So we'll see if it feels like I'm punching my face with it. And I also want to say that while Shein does have their own brand of makeup, and I tried to pick up as many Shein branded things as I could, there are other brands on the website as well, and so I picked up a couple of things from a couple of brands. So yes, for foundation, I picked up two foundations from Shein. I picked them up in two different colors because I didn't know what color I was, and I don't even know if these will work. So right away, everything was packaged beautifully. I don't think anything has broken, but I picked up the shade 102 Ivory and 104 Light Beige from Shein. The bottles do feel like they are glass, and they actually look like they're very nice quality bottles. Like this, if I were to pick this up without looking at the brand or anything, like I would think it's a high-end foundation. So it comes in your standard pump bottle, which I like, and then I'm sorry my hands are really dry. This one right here is 102, this one right here is 104. I think I'm probably closer to the 102. The 104 just seems a little bit too pink, but we're gonna try it. So I'm gonna start with one full pump and see where that gets me. It is advertised as a full coverage foundation. It does have a scent to it now that I'm using it. It's not a bad scent. It kind of smells kind of florally. So I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer. I am actually not mad at this. I think the color match might be a little bit light, but I think I can work with it. And the coverage is actually pretty good. I used 1.5 pumps for my full face, which is pretty typical for me for a full coverage foundation. It's not totally covering all of my dark spots, but I think, you know, it does look very natural, and so I actually kind of like this. The smell doesn't bother me too much. It is kind of fragrancy, but I'm hoping that will disappear soon. I definitely do not recommend these sponges though. They're just very stiff. I guess if you prefer stiffer sponges, but not me. I prefer soft ones, so would not recommend the sponges. Next, I am going to do concealer and a little bit of contouring. I did not find a lot of powder, bronzers, or contour, so I picked up a stick. So first off, for concealer, I picked up this SheGlam brand concealer. This is in the shade 202 or Alaska. This is an absolutely massive concealer. It is 0.85 fluid ounces, which is just a little bit short of traditional foundations that are 1 fluid ounce. And then I got this Shein brand Color and Sculpt stick. So this is what the stick looks like. It is both ends. So this end is obviously the bronzer contouring side, and then this side is more of like a shimmery highlight side. So I'm going to go ahead and just paint on some contour and concealer. So the contour stick felt super creamy. So I am hopeful for this. I don't actually love cream contour sticks and stuff. I've been trying to use them more and more. I think I just don't like them because I'm not good at using them. But this is blending out okay, actually. So I don't know how it's looking on camera, but the contour stick actually blended out quite well. Huh. Alright, I'm going to use the other side of this blend this out. This feels quite easy to blend, and it feels pretty opaque, but look, I feel like it's really highlighting my face. Okay, so that all actually went on really nicely and it blended really nicely. The concealer was definitely more opaque than I thought it would be, and I used a little bit too much, but I don't feel like it's clinging onto any dry spots or giving me extra texture anywhere on my face. So I'm actually kind of happy about what is going on right now. So for setting powder, I picked up a different brand. This is Focallure. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but this is the setting powder that I picked up. And as I opened it, there was a little like puff on the inside. I don't personally use these things, but if you do, it's there. This is the shade 02. So I think they had a couple of different shades. I think I just tried to get as close to translucent as I could, but this one does look a little pink. So I don't know how you like to handle your setting powders. I personally do not like to bake, so I like to use a very fluffy brush and put it all over my face. I picked up 2 brush sets from Shein. This, I figured it was more for my face. This is an 8-piece set, and this, I figured it was more for my eyes. This might be like a 10-15 brush set. Not sure. By the way, I am sanitizing my brushes before I use any of them on my face. Please do not use brushes that come straight from a store without washing or sanitizing them in any way. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to just brush this all over my face like I normally would. This really just, for me, it helps me like blend everything and set everything. Okay, I like that. For my brows, I picked up an eyebrow pencil from the brand Sheglam, and this is the longest eyebrow pencil container I've ever seen. So this is a pretty basic pencil. It has actually a sharpener in the cap, which is really nice, but it is just a typical wooden pencil that you would sharpen, and it does also come with a little spoolie on the end. So everything you need. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fill in my eyebrow. So right away for eyebrow pencils, I find that some of them tend to be more waxy versus hard, and this is definitely more on the harder end, not as waxy, which is a formula that I actually prefer. So the pencil worked pretty good. It was quite opaque. The spoolie was really nice. It didn't like lose hairs or anything, and it wasn't overly stiff or overly soft. This pencil probably lasts forever, honestly. Look at how long this thing is. By the way, as I'm like unwrapping this makeup, most things are shrink wrapped and they do have a manufacturer and expiration date on them. And I think everything that I've unwrapped so far had an expiration date of 2022 on it. So, you know, I honestly half expected to get something expired in the mail, but I haven't yet. So far so good. So for eyeshadow, I got this We Care Your Favors 18 Shades Full Function Palette from Focallure. Again, don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it is supposed to be a more neutral palette. So the packaging does feel quite nice. It does have this little plastic film that you can remove, and it just looks like some really nice rose golds. Good thing I'm wearing pink today, so it'll match. I also got this little like teal glitter, like pressed glitter thing. So maybe we'll try to use both. So I'm picking some brushes out of this set to use for my eyes, and here are some that I have unwrapped that I intend on using, and for the most part they are quite soft. They aren't totally shedding as I'm doing this, even though they are new brushes. So I'm going to go ahead and disinfect these quick before I put them on my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and start with a transition color, and this will be a sort of like a peachy light brown. So I don't feel like it's super pigmented, but I also think it might also be the brush because the brush is quite flimsy. Like I wish it was more stiff. It does blend quite nicely though because of how flimsy the brushes are. So I think like a lot of my other try on makeup videos, for some reason I tend to do halo eyes. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a halo eye. Okay, the pigment is starting to come through because I'm using a stiffer brush, and it's actually blending a lot nicer than I thought it would. I thought this would be a little bit patchy, but okay. Alright, here's what I'm going to say about this palette. It blends like a dream, and I was not expecting that. It blends so easily, but I would say for the pigmentation, I kept trying to build it up further and further with this color right here. And this is the best I could get. So I think this is a fantastic palette for anybody that wants any sort of like more natural looks. If you're looking for like, bam, opaque, bold, in your face type looks, maybe not the best palette, but oh, girl, it blends. I'm gonna go ahead and use that SheGlam concealer from earlier to do a bit of a halo eye look. So I'm gonna take one of the shimmers out of here to start that middle part. I picked a little bit of gold, and I'm just going to start packing that onto either sides of this little mushroom tornado shape I got going on. Not mad about it. Not the most vibrant gold, but it works. Like I said, I think this is such a gorgeous, like, everyday glam palette, and the color scheme in it makes sense too, that it would be good for an everyday glam. I'm just going in with that darker color that I was using and filling in a little bit of the sides because I think it got a little bit too wide. So because I also bought this little glitter thing, let's just use it. This is Magic Nation brand. Not sure. It also does not have an English translation for all the ingredients and stuff on the back. So if you do not read Chinese, you're not gonna know what's in it unless it was on a website. This is in the shade number 12, I think. And it is actually such a gorgeous pressed glitter. It's like a mermaidy color. Okay, so I know I should probably be using my fingers, but with my long nails, I just don't think I can function. So I'm whoa, okay. Glitter. So this is definitely not where I wanted to go with this halo look, but here we are. We're here to test makeup, not create like a totally wearable look, right? Okay, we're gonna forget about the halo look, and we're just gonna bring this all the way to the inside of my eyes. This is not where I wanted to take the look when I first sat down, but here we are. I'm actually kind of impressed with how well that glitter is sticking to my eyelids, even though I have creases on my eyelids and it like folds over on itself. It's actually sticking pretty good, and I didn't have to use any form of primer. So, eyeliner. I bought this Shein waterproof eyeliner, and it looks like this. It actually feels heavy. Like, it feels like it's metal. So, I have glitter everywhere from when I was trying to pack that on my eye. Anyway, so it is a felt tip liner. I'm gonna go ahead and try to give myself a wing with this. Okay. So it went on super wet. So I try not to open my eyes right away. And it's also super opaque. Like, it even covered over the glitter. Just colored right over it. Like it was nothing. Okay, eyelashes. So I picked up these SheGlam eyelashes. You can see 2 of them have already like fallen over in the container, but they look super freaking extra. So I did not pick up any eyelash glue from them because I am very particular to the duo eyelash glue. So this will be the only thing that I don't use from Shein. So these are definitely like the thicker band, stiffer band, but more dramatic eyelashes that you would usually see. Like, I would compare these to something like, you know, like the Lily lashes or something like that, where it is just very dramatic. Okay. Legitimately, at this point, I'm not quite sure why I even drew on a wing, because these lashes totally overwhelmed my face. So moving on to the rest of my face. For blush, I picked up a little blush, compact blush from SheGlam. And when I saw this online, I remember thinking that it was a dupe for the Fenty Beauty packaging, because look, it's in this same shaped compact, and it's huge. Look at how giant it is. And it even has a mirror in it. This is like really high quality stuff. Look at how satisfying that is. I'm going to use the same brush that I used for the translucent powder, because I don't know, I didn't really like any of the other brushes for applying blush. Anyway, this looks super pink. Has a lot of fallout though in the compact. Dude, this is pigmented. I barely touched it. So for highlight, I picked up a highlight from Shein. It is the Face Shimmering Powder, and this is what that looks like. And you guessed it, this thing also has a mirror. And again, this thing is huge. So this looks like a nice gold highlighter. And I'm just gonna, okay, it looks gold, but it actually applied kind of like pinky purple translucent type. The shade name is Mermaid, and it's beautiful. I agree. Mermaid. So for my lips, which is like my last thing, I have 2 lipsticks and a velvet lip glaze. So this is the one velvet lip glaze I have, and then the 2 lipsticks. They're all Shein brand, and I got a couple just so I could like figure out what color would look best with whatever makeup look I came up with when I filmed this. So the lip glaze is more of a gloss. I'm actually going to go ahead and swatch all of these for you. These are what the lipsticks look like. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch all of these on my very, very dry hand. Okay, so this is in the shade 602, 603, and then this is that gloss. Honestly, I think either lip color would work. Even though they're both matte lipsticks, when they swatched on my hand, the second one felt a little bit more creamy than the first one. So I think there's just like some inconsistency in texture. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try the 602, the Mocha Latte color, the one that I felt swiped on a little more dry. And I did not buy lip liners, probably because I couldn't find any. So we'll see how I do without a lip liner using just lipstick. It doesn't have a totally neutral smell to it, but it doesn't bother me. And it actually feels super comfortable. Like, it feels so creamy, and it applied so creamy. It doesn't have a totally matte look to it, but I think it's matte enough. Like, I would trade this comfort for this look of matte for sure. And then I'm going to go ahead and just apply some of this gloss on with my finger. Okay guys, so that is it for my little makeup haul try on from Shein. Okay, let me just say, there was nothing I hated. Like, there was nothing that I would be like, ew, I would never try this again. Like, were there some things better than others? Yes. I would say, especially for the price, everything was pretty good quality, to be honest. This is a face that I would actually wear out. I mean, I don't know about the glitter, but like, I would actually wear this face out. Like, I actually like how it turned out. I also want to comment quick on the brushes because I feel like I haven't talked about them at all. They do feel just a little bit flimsy. Like, I think you can tell they're a little bit cheap, but because of how flimsy they are, I think they're quite forgiving for like really helping you blend. So I think I'm kind of mixed. It's a good sort of maybe a beginner set if you're really just looking for some cheap brushes to try, but I also feel like there are other brands out there that could do about the same with the same price. So I'm sure this video was entirely too long, so I'm just gonna stop myself right here. Let me know what you guys think about any of the things I've tried, or if you've tried anything from Shein. But no matter if it was like Shein, Ofolgalore, or Chic and Lamb, like, I just feel like it was pretty consistent. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it for you, and I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks guys so much for watching. Bye!